What do you get when you take the Nintendo DS and Nintendo wants to come up with a new way to reinvent a classic, iconic handheld? You get the Nintendo 3DS. Hey guys, what's up, what's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here at your service. How you doing? Hope y'all are doing good and staying safe. And before I even get into talking about the topic of today's video, I first want to address this. I want to apologize to you guys because it's been at least a month, if not longer, since I've uploaded a new video onto my YouTube channel. And why is that? Well, for those of you who may or may not know this, I currently work part-time and I currently go to school part-time. So, you know, I have to schedule my time wisely, and I have to, between schoolwork, going to work, and then, doing my YouTube channel on the side as a hobby. So, I have to really plan out each week how I'm going to, use my time wisely, basically. And you see, YouTube, for me, and for my YouTube channel personally, I've always viewed that as a side hobby, because this side hobby allows me to talk about and show you guys all the things that I love and love to collect as a hobby. And I love doing that. I absolutely love doing that. I think that is one of the greatest ways to create content in a community, whether it's video games, anime, toys, action figures, whatever. I think it's just a great way to make content in a community and allow yourself to explore and find new people and meet new people and find people who share and like the same things you do. So I don't do YouTube full time, and it's not my job. So basically that's what I'm getting at. So I do YouTube and this YouTube channel as a side hobby. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I wish that I could have made this video sooner, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, the Wii U one that I also have planned, it's probably not going to get out this week, which is what I had originally planned to do this 3DS video and the Wii U video before the eShops close. I'm obviously doing the 3DS one, but I don't think the Wii U one's going to happen. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to do it. I am still going to do it, even if it's after that fact. So, okay. So, now that we got that out of the way, without further ado, guys, this is going to be my Nintendo 3DS game collection as of 2023. Now, this is my entire Nintendo 3DS game collection. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's kind of small. I only own a total of 28 3DS games. And these are the 5 Nintendo 3DS handhelds I currently own. So, the structure of this video is basically going to be the same as the PS Vita video and the Sega Game Gear video. So, I'm going to go through all 28 games, talk about my experiences playing them, if I can remember where I bought them, and how much I paid for them too. Depending on how long that takes, I may not get to talking about my 5 3DS handhelds that I own. So, what I might do is, if you guys would be interested in hearing about that, I might make a separate video talking about how I came to own all 5 of these 3DS handhelds and the stories behind each one, how much I paid for them, so on and so forth. So, if you guys would be interested in watching that video, let me know down below in the comments section. So without further ado, we're going to get into the games. I'm going to start with my complete in box games because I own more games complete in box than I do loose cartridge. So we're going to start there. Okay, so for the record, I just want it to be made known here, right now. I am not going through these games in alphabetical order. This is just at completely random order. So don't call me out down below saying it's not in order because I'm not doing these games in alphabetical order. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go through my 3DS game collection. So the first game I'm starting off with is Dragon Ball Fusions. Now, for those of you who don't know this about me, I am a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Huge. So, when I heard about this game, and what's the other 3DS game? Extreme Butoden. Yeah. When I heard about this game, it piqued my interest. And Extreme Butoden, like, I followed that game's announcements, from the announcements, trailers, and development. I followed that game very closely too, because I thought that looked fantastic. Excuse me. And what piqued my curiosity about Extreme Butoden was that it was being developed by Arc System Works, which are, well, they're known for their fantastic 2D Japanese fighting games, and I personally know Arc System Works for Guilty Gear and did they do Blaze Blue? I think they did Blaze Blue too. I could be wrong though. And then what was the other one? Oh, Under Night in Birth. Yeah. So I'm familiar with Arc System Works for those 2D Japanese fighting games, and then they did Extreme Butoden. Well, sad to say, I never bought Extreme Butoden, and I still don't own Extreme Butoden. But if I ever come across it, I'm definitely buying it. Now, Dragon Ball Fusions. I did not technically buy this game. This game was gifted to me by a friend for free. Yep. He just straight up gave me this game one time. I went over his house and we hung out. And he was kind of going through some of his games in his collection. And he said, I'm going to start getting rid of some and selling some off that I don't play. Do you want to go through and take a look at them? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Well, he had bought this game. I don't remember how much he paid for it, but I believe he said he bought it from GameStop used. And not going to lie, I wasn't really familiar with this game, but it looked cool. It's complete in box, as you can see, and it's very clean at that, too. So I said to him, hey, I'm interested in this game. You know, let me know how much you want for it. And I think we talked a little bit, and he just ended up saying, here, take it. It's yours. I want you to have it. And so I was like, you know, dumbfounded. And I was like, dude, are you sure I can't, you know, give you any money for it? He wouldn't take any. So, yeah. I got this game for free. Now, here's the interesting story behind this game, aside from that. I tried playing this game multiple times, and I have not been able to play this game at all. And it is not any of my 3DS handhelds' fault. I think there's a problem with this game. It gets stuck on a loading screen, and it just never gets past the loading screen. So, yeah. Dragon Ball Fusions. Yeah, I really can't say anything other than how I came to acquire the game, about the game, because I haven't been able to actually play it. Yeah, so go figure. Okay, next game up we have is Tetris Axis.
I heard of this game. I knew it existed, definitely, but I did not know it was on the 3DS. And I came across this game at the Englishtown swap meet, and I'm pretty sure in one of, because I have at least 2 or 3 different Englishtown swap meet pickup videos. I think in one of those videos I definitely showed that I got this game. So that's where this game came from. And I think I paid $10 for it. And I was like super happy about that because for those of you who don't know, I love Tetris. Tetris is one of my absolute favorite puzzle games. And so when I saw this sitting on a like teenage boy's table who was selling some various video games, both DS and 3DS games, I was like, hey, you know what? That might be kind of cool to have Tetris portably on the 3DS and have it be in 3D. And as you can see, guys, it is very clean and very complete in box. And yeah, I ended up buying it off of the teenage boy who like we actually started to like shoot the shit and like talk about video games, and we kind of bonded over video games. It was kind of funny. And yeah, that's that. I think I might have played this for a few minutes, but even though I only played it for a couple minutes, I enjoyed it, even the little bit I've played of it. So I would highly recommend this if you don't already own this in your 3DS game collection. Okay, next game up. Man. Project Cross Zone. I am not going to lie to you guys, for years, because I've owned this game for a long time, I thought for years this was pronounced Project X Zone, and so that's what I was calling it until I think I forget if it was someone in person corrected me or if I heard a YouTuber talking about this game and they actually called it by the name Project Cross Zone. So it is not Project X Zone, it's Project Cross Zone. I bought this game used from GameStop. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago. I want to say I definitely did not pay $20 for this game. It was less than $20. Maybe 15? That kind of sounds about right. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with, I think I paid $15 for this game from GameStop. And as you guys can see, it is very clean, very complete in box. Now, I sunk a lot of hours into this game. Oh my gosh. So, for those of you who don't know me, I love a good RPG, especially a good JRPG at that. This game is a turn-based RPG that combines characters from Bandai Namco, Capcom, and Sega. And you see, when I found that out about this game, I was like, holy crap, I need that. I need that. I need to experience that. And so I bought it. And wow. I just spent so much time playing this game. I mean, for God's sakes, it's got Ryu from Street Fighter, Dante from Devil May Cry, Jill Valentine from Resident Evil, X from Mega Man freaking X. He's from Virtua Fighter. Akira, I think his name is, from Virtua Fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's from Tekken. I don't remember his name. That girl is from Space Channel 5. And that's Sakura from Sakura Wars. I don't like Sakura Wars. And yeah, so I just sucked and spent so much time on this game. And it really, it just kept me coming back for more up until I got up to a part in the game that it was so hard and difficult. I tried multiple times. I just could not get past it for the life of me. And so I stopped. But I do still love this game. And what's even cooler is I have the game's soundtrack on CD. Now, this did not come with the game when I bought it. I found this separately at a yard sale, and I think I paid, I don't know, a couple to maybe $5 for it. That to me was very worth it because of how much I enjoyed this game, and it has kickin' freaking music on it, so that was a no-brainer to me. Okay. Continuing with the turn-based RPG theme, we have Fire Emblem Awakening. Now, I am the only person in my friend group who plays video games that actually knows of and likes Fire Emblem. And I think that's a shame. I think that's really a shame because I don't think not enough people know what Fire Emblem is, let alone have played it. And on top of that, you know, yeah, they just don't even know what it is. So I found and bought this copy of Fire Emblem Awakening at my local flea market, if you can believe that. I want to say I paid $20 for it, but I could be wrong. And as you can see, it is very clean, very complete in box. And yeah, I want to say I paid $20 for it. And at the time, I thought that was a steal. And before I started recording this video, I looked at some of my game's current values. And this is like a $50, $60 game now. So that to me was a very good buy. Now, I have played a decent amount of this game, and of what I played it, I loved it. But again, I just kind of got stuck at a part, and I just kind of never picked it back up, never continued it. But highly recommend, though, if you've never played a Fire Emblem game and own a 3DS, this would be a really good one to start with. Okay, and continuing with the Fire Emblem series, we have Fire Emblem Fates Birthright and Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. I have a very funny story of how I came to acquire both of these that involves my parents and Christmas. So, both of my parents bought me these games one year for Christmas. What happened was, though, because I wrote the names down on a list of certain video games I wanted and gave it to them, what happened was, I'm just going to show Birthright here because it kind of deals with this one in particular. What happened was my dad bought Birthright, or Fire Emblem Fates Birthright version, and then my mom bought Fire Emblem Fates Birthright version as well. And then come Christmas morning, I opened up 2 copies of the same game, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright version. And they didn't realize they had accidentally bought me 2 copies of the same game. So, little awkward, but luckily my mom kept the receipt for hers. And what happened was, or what ended up happening was, me and her went back to Target. Ironically, that was where she bought hers from. And since I didn't even open it, I left it sealed, and she had the receipt still. We just exchanged it for Fire Emblem Fates Conquest version. And so, yeah, kind of a funny story of how that came to be. But yeah, I got Fire Emblem Fates Birthright and Conquest versions as Christmas gifts from my parents. And they were brand new when I got them, obviously. And so, they are, of course, complete in box. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think between these two, I think I started playing, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. I think that was the one I started playing. This was years ago. And again, It played identically to Fire Emblem Awakening, so gameplay wise, I loved it. Story wise, was also really interesting. But again, the same thing happened. I just got up to a part where I was really stuck at, and I just kind of got frustrated and stopped playing it. So, yeah, but I am still glad and happy I own these games because I think these are worth about like $50, $60 each. So, that's a good plus. Okay. This next game I bought from Toys R Us. Yes. Yep. I bought this from Toys R Us, believe it or not. Back in, well, for a good part of my life, there was a Toys R Us house. Blah, 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 blah. There was a Toys R Us store by my house, but there was only one. And I remember one year, I think it was a Christmas present from either an aunt or an uncle. They gave me a Toys R Us gift card. So I used that on 3 Nintendo 3DS games. And this was one of them, Sonic Generations. Now, as most of you watching this video, if you've been subscribed or have watched my channel for long enough, you know I'm a very big Sega fan. So of course, I do love Sonic the Hedgehog as well. When I heard about this game, I was extremely hype. I was like, I could not wait for this game, basically. And this was the first version of, or wait, actually, no. You know what? Scratch that. I actually played Sonic Generations first at a friend's house on his PlayStation 3. So technically, I got a little preview to what the game was going to be like. And from watching him play it and playing it myself, excuse me, I loved everything about this game. So when I was gifted this Toys R Us gift card, this was one of the games I bought with it. And as you can see, it is still complete in box. And man, I put a lot of hours into this game. And you know what? For the 3DS port of this game, it's actually really, it's graphically really impressive and it plays very well. Like when I say it plays very well, I mean, I would almost compare it to playing as good as one of the home console ports of this game. So if you own a 3DS and you like Sonic the Hedgehog, even if you're not a Sega fan or as big of a Sega fan as I am, and you don't own this game, I would recommend this game. And it's still relatively cheap now, so you wouldn't be paying an arm and a leg to get this game. Okay, next game up we have is another JRPG, Bravely Default. This came from the English Town swap meet as well. Although I don't know if in one of the 2 or 3 videos from my pickups, I don't know if I showed this in one of those videos because I don't remember if at that point in time I was doing like swap meet flea market pickups videos, so I don't know. But this is where it came from. I bought it off of this guy who I don't remember his name, but I see him there every year. And the Englishtown swap meet is held twice a year. One in the fall and one in the spring. So I see him there basically both times every year. And he's a gamer like I am and would sell, new and old video games and like even retro toys as well. This was on his table, and I immediately picked it up, and I don't remember exactly how much he had on this game, but it was a good price, and I grabbed it off of him. And as you guys just saw, it is very complete in box as well. And yeah, I've owned it ever since. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I have not played this. I have not played this at all. I heard great things about it. It looked really good, so it was at a good price. It was very cheap, from what I remember, and so I jumped on it. Yeah. Okay, the next game up we have is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Now, the story behind this game is interesting of how I came to acquire this. So, I bought this game back when I worked at a small business video game store that was 10 minutes away from my house. And since I was an employee there, I got the employee discount, which was 20% off. And I want to say I paid less than $20 for this game. And I was thrilled to get this game at that price. I was absolutely thrilled. I was so freaking happy. And as you guys can see, it is very complete in box. And this game has a special meaning to me. Now, I do like Pokemon. I do like the Pokemon games, but I'm not a die-hard Pokemon fan. So I guess I would call myself a casual Pokemon fan. But here's the thing. When I was a kid growing up, the generation of Pokemon I grew up with was Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby. So when Nintendo and Game Freak announced they were remaking Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, but not Emerald, I was so hype and happy about that. Like, you guys don't even know. You just don't know how excited I was. I mean, I was a little bummed and upset, no Emerald, but so be it. Now, I still only own Alpha Sapphire. I do not own Omega Ruby, but hopefully in the near future, I will come across the game and pick it up at a good price because I would like to own both remakes of both of these games because they hold a near and dear special place in my heart. And I did play a little bit of this so far, and oh my god, for a remake of a Game Boy Advance game, fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. I could do like a side-by-side comparison of this running against the original on Game Boy Advance, and it's like, obviously it's graphically different, but it's like damn near identical to the original. Love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, the next game up we have is Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. Wow, that title for that game is still a mouthful to this day. Unfortunately, I do not own the game's original case or manual. It was bought at a GameStop, loose cartridge, and they just threw it in one of their shitty GameStop cases. But I am very glad and happy I own this game because this is a hard to find 3DS game these days and an expensive one at that. Now, I have a very funny story of how I came to acquire this game besides, having bought it at GameStop. I bought this game from one of the many GameStop stores by my house, and at the time I was not 18 years old yet. I think I was 17. And as you very well may know, to everyone who's watching this, GameStop will only sell M-rated games to people older than 18 years old or to someone if they have a driver's license. Well, I did not have a driver's license and I was not of age. So, I had a friend of mine at the time's mom buy this for me because I really wanted this game that bad. So, what I did was I explained it to her. She was okay and cool with doing that, and I just gave her the money, and boom, she got the game for me. Now, this specific Shin Megami Tensei game plays like a dungeon crawler RPG, which is cool. I'm very cool with that. And I haven't played a lot of this, but of what I played of it, I did enjoy it. So, highly recommend, especially if you're a Shin Megami Tensei fan. Next game up we have here is New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, the first game obviously was on the Nintendo DS, so it made sense to put the game's sequel on the 3DS. Now, I bought this game at a yard sale, and I could be wrong because some things I remember better than others. As you guys can see, it is very complete in box. But I want to say I bought this game and a pile of DS games, including a lot of good and notable Pokemon games, for $1 a piece. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure that's where this game came from. So if that is in fact true, which my memory is sometimes good and sometimes isn't, then I want to say I paid it only like $1 for this game, which was a no freaking brainer. Like, okay, these next two games I'm going to bundle together because they're in the same series. Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby Planet Robobot. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Kirby fan and absolutely love the franchise. Just absolute diehard fan. Been a fan ever since I played the first Dreamland game on Game Boy. So, these were also a Christmas present from my parents. I don't know if it was the same. I don't know if they gave these to me the same year or 2 different years. But either way, these were both Christmas presents from my parents because they know how much I love Kirby. And I played the hell out of Triple Deluxe. I played a little bit of Planet Robobot, but I played the hell out of Triple Deluxe. Both are great games. Highly recommend both. And Triple Deluxe, I think, is the easier one to get. It's not as expensive. Planet Robobot, on the other hand, I think is like a $50 game now. So just be aware of that if you do go to buy these. Okay, next game up we have Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. This also was a Christmas present from my parents to me one year. And man, as you can see, it's still complete in box. I played the hell out of this. You know, Super Smash Bros. Portably and in 3D? Come on, son. I absolutely love this. Such a great game, and it made it even better to have it portably. Okay, the next game up we have here is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for Nintendo 3DS. Now, I played this a decent amount, and I can say I enjoyed what I played of this game. The problem is, I'm not a big fan of open world games. And that's what I would classify Monster Hunter under, an open world game series. So I played a little bit of this, but not a lot. I want to say I think I picked this up at a GameStop for like less than $10 used. As you guys can see, it's complete in box, so I thought that was a good deal, regardless. Okay, this next game, Shinobi on the Nintendo 3DS. This game is a reboot of the very first Shinobi game made by Sega. I guess it would have been in the arcade, I guess, because it was first in an arcade game and then it got ported to the Master System. So I guess it would have been a reboot of the arcade game. This game, I believe I bought from Kmart, if you can believe that. Yes, Kmart was still in business. And I want to say this was in their bargain box of video games for like 20 bucks. And, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, dude, this looks badass. Like, really? And it's only 20 bucks? As you can tell, it is very complete in box. I played this quite a lot, and I truly love this game, even though it did not sell very well, and not a lot of people talk about this game. I really do love this game. Highly recommend. Okay, this next game. Frogger 3D. I bought this game from my local Best Buy, I believe with a gift card I had one year, I think from Christmas. Now, what's unfortunate is this came in, when I bought this came in a special box because when I bought this special bundle of Frogger 3D, it came with a special edition plastic case for the 3DS. Well, I still have the case, and it's just for the original launch model 3DS. I unfortunately threw out the box, but this case is just so freaking cool. I love that. Now, basically, it's just Frogger, but in 3D and modernized. It plays the same. It looks good. I don't really know what else I could say about it other than that. Okay, this next game. Star Fox 64 3D. This game was one of the games that made me want a Nintendo 3DS badly. Really bad. I remember the commercials for this game and just going, wow, that looks impressive. And you know what? It was for the time. It was very impressive, dare I say, ambitious. And as you guys can see, it is still complete in box. And this was one of the 3DS games I bought from Toys R Us. I still own it too. I freaking love this game. This is such a great 3D remake of a cult classic game. And coming up next, we have Super Mario 3D Land. This was the third and final 3DS game that I bought from Toys R Us with that gift card. And man, do I know how to pick games? Like, and I was young at the time too. This game is freaking amazing. And as you guys can see, it is still complete in box. I didn't realize at the time this is a 3D remake of Super Mario Land, the original game on the Game Boy. I didn't know that. But this game is so damn good. I cannot recommend this enough. Okay, next up we have Spy Hunter. Not gonna lie, I did not know this existed on the 3DS until I saw it with my own eyes. And then I was like, yes, I have to have that. I want to say I paid like $5 for this at a Goodwill. Yeah. It is missing the manual, but you know what? Cartridge and case, good enough for me. Played a little bit of it. It's okay. It's, it's Spy Hunter. It's nothing to write home about, but it's okay for what it is. Okay, the next game up we have is truly a legend. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. This game was the game that made me want to own a Nintendo 3DS. This was the game. I vividly remember the commercials for it, and they are ingrained into my mind only because of how freaking cool and awesome they were. And that is how bad I wanted a 3DS to be able to play this spectacular game both portably and in 3D. I do not remember where I bought this, but I did buy it new. I remember that. And I don't remember how much I paid for it either. But I'm still so glad I bought it and I still own it. Okay, the last. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Okay, next up is Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D. This also came from Kmart. This definitely was from Kmart. This was definitely in the bargain bin at Kmart, and it was 20 bucks. I was like, hey, you know what? That looks kind of cool. Resident Evil, portably, and in 3D. So I bought it, and you know what? It's pretty good. It's actually not bad. Yeah, so, you know. Okay, and then a couple of these I was leaving till the end. Kid Icarus Uprising. This also came from Kmart, and I bought this new, and it is in this specialty box because it comes with a stand for the 3DS to lay, so to rest the 3DS on a stand on a flat surface and to play the game like that. Oh my God, I sunk so much time and hours into this game. I freaking love this game. This game is so awesome, and yet I got so far in it, but I still never beat it. Great freaking game, though. Absolutely great. Now, I'm going to quickly go over a couple loose games that I own. I'm going to save the best games for last. So, real quickly, I own 3 games, loose cartridge. Pokemon Sun. I bought this off of a friend of mine, I think for $15. Not bad. Resident Evil Revelations. I bought this. I don't remember if this was from a store or a flea market. But yeah, I don't remember how much I paid for it either. But runs really good on the 3DS, like almost as good as Resident Evil The Mercenaries. I almost forgot what the name of that one was called. And last but not least, we have Shin Megami Tensei 4, which I did buy from a store. And I bought it specifically at the store because the store was charging less than what GameStop was at the time. And so I jumped on it and took advantage of it. Plays very good and runs and looks very good on the 3DS as well. Okay, the big ones now. This is Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth, the Wild Cards Premium Edition. I pre-ordered this at GameStop, and I think it was either $70 or $80, and I opened it. I love this game. This game is freaking awesome and was worth every dollar I spent on this game. And its sequel, Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth, and this is the Showtime Premium Edition that is still brand new factory sealed. Yes, that is right. I did not have it in me, ladies and gentlemen, to open this game once I found out this is the last official release 3DS game in the 3DS's life cycle. I did not have it in me to open it. So I think I paid $70 or $80 for this too at GameStop. I pre-ordered this as well. And this currently is the most expensive 3DS game I own in my collection. It is worth about $200. Crazy. But I think that was a good call of me not opening it. Woo! All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And let me know down below in the comments section, have you played any of the 3DS games I own? And if so, what did you think of them? And also recommend me some that I don't have. Definitely do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.